What's up, guys? Been a really busy morning this morning. My internet went out, I had to go to the doctor's appointment, and I came back and I'm working on uploading a bunch of videos for you guys while I'm away on vacation for the next couple of days. But we did have a massive update drop for both NA and an even bigger one dropped for global. So let's cover these real quick. This first set will be the NA or the North America patch notes, and then we'll cover the global patch notes. There is some overlap. Obviously, Chronicles Farmers got you really early. Make sure to go check out his video. I'll have his link down in the description. He also covers the new Ifrit event for global, so I'm going to make sure that you have his video linked down below so you can check out the math for the new Ifrit event. So there we go. All right. So first of all, let's start with NA. We've got Path of Oblivion, new Rupture. Always nice to give us something new to farm or something different, more difficult to farm, right? That's going to give us more rewards. So in this case, we're going to be getting increased sky stones, some more transcendence pieces, which we're using for symbols, and a possible upgrade on our summoner level coming down the pipeline soon. So more rewards in total, more experience too. So this might be nice for leveling up some of your other summoners as well. Okay, then we get into, we've got magical archers. So we're going to be covering magical archers when I get back. As I always say, whenever there's a new banner, guys, wait for people to start using it, wait for the whales to summon on it and start using it, see if they show up in the PvP matchups, check out Storyteller and see some of the Korean meta, see how they're doing with the magical archers and whether or not that they're a staple in the meta and whether or not they're worth it for you to summon on. So I'll be covering these more when I get home from vacay. But yeah, magical archers seem pretty cool. They bring in the new mechanic called weak point damage. Very few monsters have that right now. Old Man from the One Punch Man collaboration has the weak point damage, so that'll be an interesting mechanic. We'll see how that plays out in PvP. We got some new transmogs. This first one for the Chimera is the paid one. You pay for it in the shop. The second one is for the Valkyries, which is really awesome skin. Thankfully, we can get this through the arena/brawl shops. So that'll be cool to pick up that one. We are getting level 5 to the Ruptures. We've been going on level 4 for a while, and obviously it's pretty easy for the most of us. So having level 5 will be nice, increase rewards for all of us that have been playing for a while. This is a big one right here, Professions. Improved the sub property to ensure that newly crafted equipment does not have lower sub properties than the existing one when crafting higher grade equipment in blacksmithing. In my opinion, this just might be the biggest change in the game since it started, and it's right here in this line. So I'm gonna make a whole separate video on that. I've got a piece of equipment that I've been saving and waiting for this exact update. Exchange Center, they're gonna keep messing with the Exchange Center. New outfit, cool, awesome, probably some stats. Changing up Battlefield a little bit to reduce the amount of damage. They did buff Hyano Kim and Mi Ryong to be a little bit in line more with the usefulness of Narin Ha. In the new collaboration event that Global's getting. So obviously North America's had these monsters already. Yano Kim, nobody ever uses. Mi Ryong, we see it occasionally. So I like both of these buffs. Some might call them buffs, some might call them nerfs or changes. I think they're buffs. Anytime that there's a reduced skill cooldown or a reduced cost, yes, there might be less damage or less of that thing happening, but the more often that a monster can do their thing at will or at your command is better, in my opinion. So lower cost is always best. So I think these are both buffs for both of these units. Lucky bingo event, and that's pretty much it. So NA, not a whole lot. I mean, I say that, but the profession improved sub property to ensure that thing right there, huge. I'll make a whole nother video on that one in particular. Okay, let's switch over to the global patch notes. I'll run through these real quick for you guys. You guys are getting the old collaboration that you got before global even got released. And that was the advanced player of the tutorial tower collaboration. We had Narin Ha, Mi Ryong, and Hyano Kim, as well as the 4-star light unit, AV. With their little buffs now, Hyano Kim, Mi Ryong, and Narin Ha are all pretty decent little monsters. Narin Ha, still in my opinion, if you don't have an Argon, Narin Ha is the best monster to pick up. If you do have an Argon, I would still possibly pick up Narin Ha. I wish I kind of did. Even though I do have Argon, and even though I'm able to clear every single piece of content, I still think a Narin Ha would have been really useful for me in my account. So just think about that. I think Narin Ha is going to be your best pick out of those three if you are going to be going on one of those banners. You guys are also getting the Path of Oblivion Rupture. You are also getting the increased level 5 Ruptures, so more gold, more rewards, which is awesome. You guys are increasing your Spires of Ascension, so the regular Spires from 120 to 140, which is now in line with North American servants. Attribute Towers will be expanded from 90 to 110, which is also in line with the North America servers. And then you'll get some more achievements. This is nice. Make sure to check out your Surprise Collection Challenge. They always throw these out there every now and then. I'm just constantly clicking that because, it's hard to keep up with things. Transmog, don't disrespect your Tayor by putting this transmog on there. It's a paid transmog anyway, so just don't do it. This one, though, you can earn in the arena shop. Definitely throw this on your Valkyrie. I would greatly appreciate it. As I was saying, your new monsters, Hyano Kim, Naran-Ha, Miryong, and AV. AV will be free in the event. Miryong, Naran-Ha, and Hyano Kim are all good monsters, especially after their buffs to Miryong and Hyano Kim. The blue one, though, Water Naran-Ha, didn't get a buff, but didn't need a buff. She is absolutely a phenomenal unit, right in line with Argon, kind of doing the exact same thing that Argon does. Much better than Argon in some places, and then about on par, or maybe a little worse than Argon in other places like Raid. So honestly, in my opinion, I wish I had a Naran-Ha. I have a great Argon. He does all the jobs that I need him to do. I can clear all the content that I need to. I still wish I had a Naran-Ha. So there's my review. Again, on Global, you got your new outfit. A bunch of new events here. Advanced Player of the Trial of Ascension. This is your collaboration event. It's a relatively simple event. I'm sure some of the other content creators will go over the event in detail for you. Just log in every day, click on all the events, and do all the things that they ask you to do. You'll be just fine. Little mystical summons event, so make sure to summon at least the number of mystical scrolls so you can get a little bit of a refund back on those mysticals. This is the big one that a lot of people have been waiting for. It's the Ifrit Pecan Pie event. This is the one where you can essentially do Path of Growth or use your Path of Growth tickets in order to save up pecan pies and trade in for Ifrit pieces or green Ifrit pieces. The green Ifrit is not a bad monster. What most people are probably going to use these pieces for is leveling up their Tessarion. Now, this event is nowhere near as good as it was for the North American servers. And I know that's another big sort of like stab in the back for the European servers. I don't know, man. It's just the way it is. They did nerf this event quite a bit. There is a cap on it now, so you can't really sit there and farm. I know you guys saved up your Path of Growth tickets for this. I am going to throw Chronicle Farmer's link down below so you guys can go check out his Ifrit video about this whole event. It is still a decent event. You still want to farm this event to its maximum. It's just not quite as good as it once was. All right, the rest of these are just little events that you'll see anyway. You guys are also getting this sub-property grades will now be lowered. You guys are also getting this big equipment change. So whenever you're increasing a piece of equipment in the blacksmithing, let's say from 6-star to 2 awakened 6-star, sub-properties grades will not be lowered. So if you have SSAA, they will stay exactly the same as you go up to the next tier. The numbers, right, the number of rolls into each grade and the actual substat itself will change. But the actual grade, which is mostly what we care about, will stay the same. I'll have another video on that. I'm going to go ahead and test it out and show you guys. I've been saving a piece of equipment for this exact thing. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on the new patch notes. Make sure to check out my video. I'll link it here on my reviews of Hyano Kim, Naran-Ha, and Miryong, and which one you should pick up for this banner round. All right, guys, as usual, if you have any questions, my link to the Discord is down below. I will be on vacation for about 7 days, so you won't see a whole lot of me. But as usual, I'm TopherSmurf telling you to keep on gaming.